That's not what we're here to talk about today.
Right.
First, not only do you collect letters, you're also great on the stage. I've seen you on the stage. You're really engaging, a lot of fun on the stage. One of the things in your history, and I see the AI concierge on your backdrop there, but your history was really in hospitality, like up until like I guess the you started learning all the stuff about AI, right?
Well, what happened is that when we were doing work with Toyota, incentives, motivations, we were running out of merchandise and they started talking about travel. So I got into travel and literally created a product which allowed me to send someone on a trip without being part of a group. And that became known as individual incentive travel. And I got the accolade of being one of the most innovative people of the 21st century by creating that product. And it took the industry and basically brought in something in excess of $500 million of revenue to that industry from the product I created.
And that's not the first time you've been recognized for this kind of stuff. Like you know, one of the great stories you told me was the razor story about how you helped McDonald's launch their breakfast menu back in the 70s.
Yes. Basically, we started with McDonald's when they were just doing their lunch. And then they started to look at what they refer to as other day parts. And the other day parts were evening and breakfast. And so the first thing that we did with breakfast is we made a deal with Gillette, and they had a new pen out called Flair. And so the promotion was breakfast with a flair. And we went through 150 million Flair pens.
You know, it's like everybody, you know, I love this. So when people are bringing in speakers, right? Everybody's like, "Oh, I'm an entrepreneur. I'm a serial entrepreneur. I've done this." But like you are legit when it comes to when it comes to great stories. Like I can sit here, you know, just to share with the audience, you know, Jim and I work together on a couple of different projects. And a lot of times we set a meeting to talk about one of the projects we're on, and we just kind of drift off because he has this great story or an anecdote that just says, I want to hear the end of it. And that's the kind of speaker he is. When he's on stage, you just want to hear the end of it. Not that it's you want it to be over. You just want, but you want to hear the story. The stories are great. They're really enlightening, and there's a lot of energy in there. They're a lot of fun. What other industries do you like to work with, or have you worked with, or spoken to? I guess is because this is a speaking podcast.
Well, Toyota was my first major client. They really built my business. And because they were in Southern California and I was getting enough business from Toyota, I started going out there frequently. And at the time, there was an airline called Jet America. And Jet America had a ticket one way from Chicago to Long Beach for $100. And so I would fly out for lunch. I would fly out to have a meeting and turn around and fly back. And then somebody said, well, while you're here, why don't you go see my friend at XYZ? And XYZ turned